What up, guys? Eric here with driverlineup.com, world's luckiest steering wheel holder. I just slept so hard, you guys, so hard. I was having this dream. I had this dream that I went back in time to the 70s, and I'm not really sure why or how that time travel occurred, but just because I don't want to take forever, like it was just a wild adventure and journey into the 70s. And then I went to the point where I traveled back to the present, and when I got to the present, so I'm back now, and for about 45 minutes after, or I don't know if it's 45 minutes, but it seemed like what would have been the time frame of about 45 minutes after I got back to the present, a courier arrived and handed me an envelope that was from myself, because when apparently when I traveled back to the present, I left a copy of myself in the 70s. So this copy of myself knew that I'd be coming back to right now, the present, and there was this envelope that inside of it was like a birthday card or something like that, and I open it up and it's like enjoy the prosperity or something like that. And then it had the key to a storage unit in California, which I hate California. Like, I've never lived in California, so it's just bizarre that there would be a storage unit in California. But there's a key to a storage unit in California. It said, don't worry, it's prepaid. Go open it up and good luck, So I get this envelope and like I'm ready, I'm packing the car. I talked to Jenna about it, packing the car, like we're gonna go find out what's in this storage unit. And I can hear from the other room Jenna like going, babe, like calling me, and it gets louder and louder and louder. And then boom, I set up in the sleeper in the truck, and she's calling me from the front of the truck because it's almost my turn to drive. So I never got to see what was in a damn storage unit. Like, this whole long adventure of a dream, and I get woken up before I get to see what a copy of myself who I left back in the past had left for me in a storage unit. So, but you're sleeping good when you have a crazy dream like that. Anyway, we are in Ohio. We're on the FedEx circuit these last few days, and generally I love these loads because they're not heavy. Well, this one's 25,000 pounds. The one we took yesterday, or dropped off this morning, was 25,000 pounds. Usually they're not any. That's like the heaviest that you'll get for a FedEx load. Usually they're lighter than that. Now, these are refrigerated FedEx loads, so that's why they're a little bit heavier. But this one's going to Connecticut. We finally got rid of that other trailer. It was having all kinds of problems. But we're on the FedEx circuit, and this load right now pays over $3 a mile, you guys. It's like almost $3,000 for 885 miles. So we're back on track financially in terms of revenue, and all of our loads except for that damn beer load, but that beer load was only 350 miles. All of our loads except for that one have been relatively light. So our costs are being kept, to a minimum. So we're back on track. But man, we've worked our asses off this week. These loads have been, when you constantly have to go to the shop and you got to go out of your route to carrier, and then you got to wait at carrier for an after hours tech to come work on the reefer. Not only that reefer last night, not only was the alternator belt bad, I mean, it had completely blown off. The lower belt was about to pop too, So the guy just went in there and just changed all the belts. He's like, everything in here is, you know, you're about to have a lot of problems. So that took a while last night. And these FedEx loads, you know, like, you don't have any time. I mean, you basically got to run them through. So now, granted, these aren't like 3,000 mile FedEx loads, which Jen and I used to do. We used to do coast to coast FedEx loads. We don't do them anymore. They just they're great for teams with a student, but for us, it just beats us up. You know, you run 2 or 3 of those in a row, and it's just exhausting. So we don't run those anymore. But these little, you know, 800 and 900 ones, when you're just doing them back to back to back, they can kind of get to you a little bit. Especially when there's problems between them. But they have helped us really get on top of our revenue game. So yeah, we're taking this one up to Connecticut. This morning, Jenna had the most amazing in and out experience with Chicago. It was crazy, and I felt really bad for a prime driver. 2 prime drivers, actually, 2 other prime trucks. She actually I got us all the way to FedEx in Chicago. Those of you who delivered there, you're familiar with the facility. It's out there west of Midway Airport. That FedEx is absolute disorganized chaos. Like, if you go to the one out in California, LA area, you know, trucks are going everywhere, especially around Christmas time, but there's some order to it. The one in Chicago, there's no order to it. It's just every man and woman for themselves, trucks flying everywhere, trailers being dropped and picked up everywhere. There's no like straight aisles. There's concrete blocks all over the place, and you gotta be not afraid to play in that world, to be at that facility. To me, it felt like, if you guys remember the old game, Twisted Metal, the old video game, which is, I mean, if you know Twisted Metal, you know Twisted Metal. That's what it felt like driving around that FedEx facility. It felt like we were in a Twisted Metal game. But anyway, I drove us in there, and because we had to be over to our 01 for this load, and I did not want to lose this load. This is a pretty epic load. I did not want to lose this load. So I was really stressed about an empty trailer, because the last time I've been to that FedEx, there were no empty trailers. And we didn't have time to go on an empty trailer hunt, and so we would have possibly lost this load. So Jenna she'd finished her 10-hour break. She came off duty, and we were going to kind of tag team this drop and hook at FedEx and try to find an empty trailer. So I pull over to FedEx's driver lineup. You know, like Prime has a driver lineup, FedEx has a driver lineup, which is basically where all the information comes and goes. And that's really kind of where we got the idea to call our channel driver lineup, because we wanted it to be a place where information comes and goes, right? Anyway, I pull over and park in front of driver lineup. I go ahead and take the opportunity to do my vehicle inspection while she goes in and checks in, does paperwork, all that good stuff. And then after my inspection, I was just going to yard move, because my drive would be over, and we could kind of do some serious teamwork to get this done really quick. So she comes out to the truck, I don't know, about 10 minutes later, with the signed paperwork, and they had told us that there's probably not an empty trailer, but you could go look, and there might be across the street in this extra lot. Well, as she gets in the truck, I see 2 other Prime trucks come into the FedEx facility with loaded trailers. And I'm like, oh boy, you know, here we go. Like those, and they both had teams too in the front seats. So now you got 3 Prime trucks that are gonna want empty trailers. Man, I was on the move. We dropped a trailer this morning that it would have looked like a NASCAR pit crew. I had leaped out to drop trailer. Jenna was doing the drop trailer inspection form. I spun the crank handle for the landing gear so hard that it only took 3 spins to get the landing gear all the way down to the ground. And then I had the 3 lines out. Click, click, click. Had the 3 lines out, threw them on the catwalk, you know, unlocked the kingpin. I mean, this was like super fast. Spin, spin, spin. Landing gears down. Click, click, click. Took my 3 lines out, pulled the landing gear, and I got into the truck and I was like, Jenna, you go get the lock off the trailer. I'll come around and meet you at the back of the trailer. So Jenna hops out, goes to the back of the trailer to get the lock off. I'm out from under the trailer, circle around, and by the time she has the lock off the trailer, I'm right there to pick her up. She jumps in the tractor. We yard move to go look in this lot that we're in. There was one other prime trailer, but it was loaded. So we went out and went across the street, and back in the back corner, way back in the back corner of this lot, is this lowly little prime trailer hidden back there. Reefer runs, passes the pre-trip, relatively in good shape. Older trailer, but it's, you know, old and trusty. So I get underneath this trailer, and man, it was like the second that I got the lines hooked up, or Jenna got the lines hooked up, and she's, you know, we're switching over her, and she's about to start her day. The second that happened, both those prime bobtails come into that lot, and there we were, hooked to this trailer. I felt, you know, I felt bad, but what are you gonna do, you know? I mean, I don't think any of you prime drivers would be like, you know what, let me give you this trailer because I feel bad for you, right? I mean, I just feel bad because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to get screwed on an empty trailer, especially on a Saturday morning in Chicago. And honestly, we would have probably lost our load because we had to go get a trailer washout. We had to put fuel in the trailer, and we had to get over to an 01. The washout was like 6 miles away. The 01 was like 8 or 9 miles from that washout. We had like no time. So, you know, like, I'm just not going to be like, hey, do one of you guys want this empty because I feel bad for you? But I'm just saying, like, I felt bad, you know. I felt their pain. But I was the one that got the trailer. We got the trailer, you know. Well, and we were there first, too. So I feel like, you know, it was ours to take. We were there first. But second of all, man, we were epic pro level 10 ninjas on getting to that empty lot, getting our trailer locked into that empty, or dropped into that empty lot. So Jenna jammed over and got the washout. She jammed over and got the live load, which, guys, that live load, 25 pallets, refrigerated, 25 pallets live loaded in an hour. So we got to the FedEx in Chicago. We dropped a loaded trailer. We picked up an empty trailer. We went to the washout, and we went and got a live load, and we're back on the road leaving Chicago in 3.5 hours. A drop and hook, a washout, a live load, paperwork, in and out of Chicago in 3.5 hours. That was amazing. Now, being Saturday morning helped, but that was amazing, man. That was super amazing. It could not have possibly gone better this morning. So, Jenna jammed out to out here past Cleveland, and I'm going to finish the drive into Connecticut. Drop this off tomorrow morning. And, you know, somehow we're like $6,000 into the week, and revenue-wise, and we drop this off tomorrow morning, which would only be Sunday morning. So we still have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to run, 4 days to run. So even with all of our problems, man, still sitting good on the revenue side. So anyway, yeah, just what a dream, what a morning. I can't imagine. I hope those prime trucks didn't have loads that needed to be picked up as quick as ours did. I hope they had some time, because we would have lost our load if we didn't have an empty trailer. So anyway, that's our day, guys. Hope you guys have an amazing, fantastic weekend. It is beautiful out here where we are, so enjoy the weather if it's good where you are. Be safe, make good decisions, and as always, drive, thrive. Talk to you guys soon.